Good afternoon, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. I have a new video for you today. I'm using these two stamp sets, Forever Fern and Flowering Blooms. They both have coordinating dies and I will be using those as well. Another thing that I'm using is the Tasteful Textures 3D embossing folder to emboss the Just Jade. These are the dies that go with those stamp sets. And I'll also be using, this is the Tasteful Labels dies, and I'm going to use this little circle here, and then I'm going to use the second to the smallest of the layering circles framelits. And I think that's it as far as those tools. And I want you to know that I took a piece of white cardstock, and it is 5.5 by 4.25, and I was able to fit all of my cutouts on it. So I stamped them, and I stamped them all in different colors. I stamped this one in Smoky Slate, and it was right here. This is So Saffron. I stamped that one twice to get it as dark as I wanted it. This one is Old Olive, and this one is Mint Macaron. And like I said, they all fit on one piece of cardstock. Okay, I stamped my envelope with one of the leaves from the Forever Fern, and then there was a little stamp that was dots, and I stamped this with Mint Macaron, and then the dots I stamped with So Saffron. So that's how I decorated the envelope. The inside of the card is, this is Smoky Slate, and then I stamped this with Just Jade. And then I'm going to go ahead and sponge around it, because that's what I did to this card, or the inside of this card, just to give it some definition. I just took a sponge dauber and just sponged around it. And you don't have to do this, I just liked the way it looked, so that's what I did. I have everything stamped and die cut just for the sake of saving time, so you don't have to sit and watch me stamp and die cut. But I will do my Stampin' Blends on camera for you. So that's what I did to the inside. And the stamps that I used, this stamp came from the Forever Blooms, and it's this one. And I used this stamp, and then the thank you, which I stamped and then die cut. I stamped this with Just Jade. And then for these three pieces all came from Forever Fern. And then that little leaf that's on the envelope came from here. And then the inside sentiment also came from this stamp set. Okay, let's get started here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and color this with I colored this with the dark So Saffron, and you want to do a very light touch so it doesn't go over the edges. I mean, it doesn't matter if it does, but I'm kind of a perfectionist and I don't like it to go over the edges, so if it does, well, nobody's going to notice and they'll think it's pretty anyway. I've actually never had any complaints about my cards, so. So this is the dark Soul Saffron. Okay. And then I did the leaves in light Just Jade. And the stem, I just kind of very lightly put some green on there. It's like so. It takes a very, very light touch because you don't want it to really spread beyond this. So you just kind of dot it on like so. It's like that. And then we can glue this to the inside, and that way the inside will be done. This piece here is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I believe this cardstock, I don't think it's the mint, no, it's not the mint macaron, it's, it is, what is it? Not sure. I'll have to make sure I put that in my instructions of what color this is. Right now I can't think of it. I know it's not mint macaron, but it could be. Anyway, I do know that this one's Just Jade, and it is 5 1/4 by 4 and embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. This is part of the, this is in the annual catalog, and I believe you can find this on the Forever Fern page in the catalog. This is just a piece of the gold foil, and this is Whisper White cardstock. Okay, so what I did was, the first thing I did was I glued this to the center of my card, because I figured it was easier than taking individual leaves just to glue this square to the front of the card. So that's what I did. I like liquid glue, so that is what I used. So you just want to make sure this is centered and straight on the front of your card, as close as you can get. It's like so. Then I took this leaves after I cut them out. Like I said, I stamped this one with mint macaron. That might be soft sea foam or something. And then I just attached it here to the front of the card. And then I took this one that's stamped with Old Olive, and put it down here, just like this. So it's kind of hanging down. Okay. Then I took this one and I put it up here, just like that. So all this is going to be covered by the large flower. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue my sentiment to my gold here. Just like so. Kind of hold that still so it stays centered, because it does slip around. Okay. Then I took my flower, and we're going to set that aside. And I colored this. Now what I did was I took the light Rococo Rose and colored the flower. Nothing special, just color the whole thing. It's already got shading from the stamp, so you don't have to do anything special as far as shading unless you want to. I didn't think it needed it. Here's the bud. I love these stamp sets. They're very beautiful. And you can color this before you cut it out. Just for the sake of this video, I thought I'd color it after. So I colored this with the, again, it's the light Rococo Rose, and you can use any color you want to color this flower. I just thought this went well with this Just Jade. Okay, that looks good. And then I took my light Just Jade and colored the leaves. Like I said, you need to do a very light touch, especially if you're going to go down the stem, which I did. Just because I wanted it to have color. If it goes over a little, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to color all of this if you don't want to. I just wanted it to have some green tone to it, so that's why I colored it. And it does lighten up a little bit when it dries. Pretty quick and easy coloring. Like I said, you just need to be careful. It goes over a little bit, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's that. Then I took Stampin' Dimensionals and put Stampin' Dimensionals on it because I wanted it to be popped up. You can put however many you want on here. I probably overdid it, but I used the large ones, and then I put the mini ones, one here, one on each leaf, sort of out towards the center, and then I put another small one here. Okay. Oops. And then I attached this to the front of the card, or the front of the card panel here. I used my Stamparatus to stamp these images, so in case they didn't get enough ink, I could stamp them again. So I put this kind of sideways on here, just kind of wherever you think it looks good to you. So like that. And then I took my thank you sentiment and I put 3 Stampin' Dimensionals on it. And put it down here. Just like so. And then I took my ribbon, I tied it around this bottle, tied it in a bow, and then I determined where I wanted it so I'd know where to cut this. It's right about here. Okay, and I put a glue dot on the back of the bow part, right here. Just like so. And then I put it right above the sentiment, just like so. Took tape, taped it on the back. I try to make these as easy as I can. I don't like spending a whole lot of time making cards. I like to make cards, but I don't like them to be so complicated I can only do one an hour. So once I did all of this, then I put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my panel. Just like so. Now I buy special stamps from the post office. They're called non-machinable stamps, so that when I mail these cards that are bumpy, they don't go through the machine. And they cost, regular stamps are 15 cents, or sorry, 55 cents. And for an additional 15 cents or 70 whole cents, you can get a non-machinable stamp. And then I took my Wink of Stella, I haven't used this for a while, and put it on the rose, and the rosebud only. You can do more than that if you want, that's just all I did. And then the finishing touch is the these gold gems. Now these are in the annual catalog. They're glitter dots. Okay. That's that. And I put 3 of the kind of medium, not the large ones, but the next size down, up here in this corner. I don't know if this cardstock, I can't remember if it must be soft sea foam. Let me look here. I don't know why I can't see it. Let's look, because now it's bugging me. Yes, I think it's soft sea foam right here, because it's not as dark as mint macaron. So I'm pretty sure it's soft sea foam. Anyway, I'm not sure where I put it. I'm missing my ink pad. So anyway, that's your card for today. And remember to decorate your envelope. And the inside, we don't want any nudie cards. So I hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe. I want to let you know that the DSP is on sale, and if you go, it starts today, well, October 1st, and goes until the 31st of the month. And if you go to my blog, there's a little, you can either go to my blog and get to my website, or you can go directly to my website from this video. And if you click on specials, you'll see the sale and what DSP is on sale. So this is a good time to sign up as a demonstrator. Not only can you get 15% off your DSP, but you can get, after you sign up as a demonstrator, for $99, $125 worth of product, and you get 20% off your purchases after that. So we'd love to have you on my team. You have a blessed day and have fun stamping. I just looked up and discovered that this cardstock is Pool Party, 8.5 by 4 1/4. I want to make sure and clarify that on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a blessed day.